Donald Trump continues his march to the Republican presidential nomination. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back again with a new video. Today, it is time to talk about the 2024 Republican presidential nomination. As most of you know, Donald Trump continues to dominate in each of the contests against Nikki Haley, and at this point in time, he is marching right towards the nomination. Now, before we continue with today's video, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Again, folks, all support is greatly appreciated, and yeah. Now, let's get right into it, because at this point in time, this is just getting embarrassing for Haley. I mean, last night was a complete and total beatdown by Trump. So, there were 3 contests last night: Missouri, Idaho, and Michigan. All 3 of them were caucuses, and you can already tell she did not have a good night. Trump got 100% in Missouri. Now, to be clear, this isn't the total vote share, right? There wasn't 900 people that voted. This is the statewide delegates in Missouri. It's a separate system they have. There were like a couple thousand people that did actually vote. It's a complicated thing, but Trump beat Haley so bad that she couldn't even qualify for a statewide delegate. Yeah, it was bad. Hell, even in St. Louis, she got absolutely crushed by Trump. She got nowhere close to qualifying for any statewide delegate. Yeah. And remember, these are actual Republicans voting. You're going to notice a trend with these states. These are the most Republican voters voting. And they hate Haley. This thing that, oh, Haley gets so much percent of the vote? No. Of actual Republicans? Yeah, not really. Of Democrats? Yeah. When you look at only Republicans, and last night, these contests were only Republicans voting, and she got killed. What does that tell you? I mean, for crying out loud, she didn't even qualify for a single statewide delegate, even in St. Louis, or hell, even Kansas City. Nowhere. It was a beatdown by a lot in Missouri. And again, I wish they did have the vote share in, say, Jackson, St. Louis, etc. Because, you know, it's kind of misleading to have 924 votes. But they do explain that this isn't a raw vote count. This is the statewide delegate count again. Missouri has a weird system with this caucus where the statewide delegates actually decide who wins the delegates for the nomination. It's bizarre, but all you need to know is Trump won every single delegate, and they got like 90% of the vote across the state. Hell, there were some areas that he got 100% of the raw vote in some of the rural parts of the state. This shouldn't surprise anyone. Missouri is one of the most Republican, and if not, one of the most Trumpy states in the country. If you deny that, you have no sense of reality. I mean, what does this tell you? That Haley is hated within the Republican Party. And the results out of South Carolina and New Hampshire were inflated by Democrats voting. But fine. Let's just say that the Missouri caucus doesn't indicate anything because, you know, we don't know for certain what the raw vote actually was in the state. We don't know. There's some data points here and there. But outside of that, we can just assume that maybe it was low turnout, maybe it's a bit misleading, whatever. All right. Well, Idaho held a caucus last night that reported the raw votes. Look at that. And remember, in the state of Idaho, you had to be registered as a Republican for like 5 months now. You can't just register the day before and vote in the caucus. These are Republicans, real ones, that are voting. And Trump almost got 85% of the vote, while Nikki Haley got 13%. Yeah, she barely cracked 13. while Trump almost got 85% of the vote. I understand that Idaho is not the largest state, but she still lost by 70 points. Remember, a caucus is going to have the most Republican voters voting, not just Democrats pretending to be Republicans. No, these people are committed Republicans. Plus, you've had to be registered for like 4 to 5 months now in the state of Idaho, and she got crushed. So far, the Idaho caucus is the best example of, hey, Haley's votes aren't Republicans. She got 13% in Idaho. If Democrats voted, there might have been closer to 20%. But you know what that means? Half of her voters in South Carolina, New Hampshire, etc. have been Democrats. If you apply the same logic here. The fact that no one is talking about that enough and saying, well, Haley got 26% in Michigan, that's a sign that the Republican Party hates Trump. That's bullcrap. Of actual Republicans, he is getting 85% of the vote in a caucus. I know a caucus has lower turnout and is Idaho, right? But Trump still won every delegate. Hell, he won every county. There were some counties in Idaho, and the result out of Idaho, it's a bit out there. There are some counties where Haley took third to DeSantis. Yeah. And Idaho is one of the most Republican states in the country. I mean, if Trump had a real problem, he wouldn't have gotten 85%. And some of you might say, oh, well, that just means 15% are against, Trump. That's bullcrap, by the way. That means over 85% of the party hates Haley. You're going to use that same logic. Plus, it doesn't even make sense. Just because they voted for Haley doesn't mean they're a never Trumper. Some of them might be. But some of them just think Haley's better. But they're still going to vote for Trump at the end. So, why are people still assuming that Haley's voters aren't secretly Democrats when they clearly are? You don't go down from 26% in Michigan, an open primary, or 30% in South Carolina, to 13% in a week. You don't, unless you have a bunch of voters that's from the opposing party. And when you show up at a close contest, like Idaho was, you get killed. You notice how she only does good in open primaries? Or ones where, quote, independents can vote? That's a sign that her voters aren't actual Republicans. But the funniest example of them all was in Michigan. You thought Idaho? Okay, fine. Maybe it's an out there state. It's a fluke, Maybe it's because low turnout, whatever. The Michigan caucus happened yesterday, and I know they had a primary, but the RNC has some dumb rules on a primary can't be before before March, I should say. It's weird, but either way, there was a caucus. Now, it wasn't an open caucus. It was for those that are part of the party, not just registered as a Republican. They are in the party. They're the party establishment. So you would think, okay, a state that she got 26% in, she surely should have done good, right? Especially if these are part of the Republican Party. Nope. She got 2%. And these voters, theoretically, should be the most friendly Republicans towards Haley. And she lost by what? 96 points? Trump got every single delegate in the caucus. I mean, at some point in time, people got to realize, okay, it's over. There is no pathway for Haley. When she's losing to Trump by 90 plus points in Michigan, losing in Idaho by 70, got 0 in Missouri. And I know that's a bit misleading, but either way, she still could have qualified for something out of St. Louis. You're telling me that she got crushed there? I mean, the threshold is over 50% to win every delegate. And you're telling me she couldn't win a single delegate out of St. Louis or, say, Kansas City? Not one. It was absolutely pathetic what happened last night. And I think vindicated what everyone has been saying. That her voters aren't Republicans. They're Democrats. They're quote-unquote independents. But never vote Republican ever. And the thing about Haley is the next couple contests, especially on Super Tuesday, they're either in deep red states like Texas, deep red states like Alabama, etc. They're going to vote for Trump by a lot. No matter how many quote-unquote Republicans you get to vote, or they're closed primaries that only Republicans can vote in. That's a double whammy. That's why I'm saying she may not get a single delegate on Super Tuesday. She may get like 1 or 2 across the board, but Trump might get 1,000 on Super Tuesday. That is how bad of shape her campaign's in. And the only ones that are realizing that it's over have already flipped to Trump. At this point, the only people that think Haley has some realistic shot are just Democrats. They want Haley to shock the world and beat Orange Man. Not because they would support Haley, but they hate Trump that much, they would much rather have Haley than Trump. They won't vote for Haley, but Orange Man bad. Either way, this was pathetic. I still don't know what's more embarrassing, getting 0% to Trump or losing to no one in Nevada. I think it's losing to Trump with 0% of the vote, but I don't know what you guys think. You guys think it's more embarrassing to lose to no one or lose to Trump with 0% of the vote? If you guys did enjoy this video, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course join the channel today. Thank you so much, Godspeed to all of you.